Hi everyone. So I'm here to tell you something which is from the bottom of my heart. Now I know that you are all doctors who are all supposed to be adults. You are all supposed to be big boys and big girls. And many times we all expect you to be strong. I know in every one of our videos we keep telling you be strong, do it. You can do it in this exam. Aap kar paoge. You'll be able to do it because you're strong. And we know that you're strong. But sometimes when you're strong, people forget to ask you that how are you doing. So I want to start off by saying कि सब ठीक कैसा लग रहा है, सब ठीक है कि नहीं, क्योंकि it should not be like कि यार nobody is asking you how you're doing. And I want to tell you that it is okay to feel anxious, it is okay to feel a little stressed out. It is normal, it is part of it. Even I feel stressed out even when I am taking a lecture which I might have taken probably in last 2 decades. I might have taken like thousands and thousands of lectures on stage, but still when I go on a stage, I still feel the heart beating. So it's normal to have a little bit of anxiety. It is normal to be a little bit of stressed out. So what I want you to know is that what you should do in the final day and what should be your, mantra in your mind. One thing that you need to know is that when we look at others, we are not looking at them as in totality. We are looking at them as a snapshot of what they present to us. If, for example, if you know somebody in your college, you don't really know them, you only know them, okay, they are, you know a snapshot of what they are. And sometimes when you see them studying from some other resource or you see them doing something else, it starts getting overwhelming and you start feeling FOMO that maybe I'm missing out on something. This is the time to tell yourself that you are as good as anybody else. Each one of us has huge potential. Each one of us is actually born with infinite potential. You have to tell yourself today that you have the power to change what you want to do. You have the power to achieve whatever you set out to do. It might look impossible right now. Whatever I know some of you are asking me constantly, sir, my grand test score is this, my grand test score is that. In one platform it is coming like this, in one platform it is coming like this. Stop judging yourself. This is the time to regroup. Just make a mental note. Have I looked at all the high yield things? Am I through with the PYQs? Am I through with the DVT workbook? Am I on good form when I'm giving a grand test? It really doesn't matter what score you are getting right now, because now you are at the almost at the final days. It does not matter what score you are getting. What really matters is, are you on the right track to do the best possible for yourself? And that's very, very important. Now, why is competition so overwhelming? Competition is overwhelming because we all want to win. But to win, we also have to control what others are doing, which is beyond our control. So we cannot control how the other candidates will be performing in the exam. So your rank is not solely dependent on your efforts, it is also dependent on how others do, which is beyond your control. You can't stop them. You can't say, don't come to the exam, don't write good in the paper. You can't do all this. The only thing you can do is, you can do your best. And that has been my mantra for my life. Every time I feel overwhelmed, like suppose I have to give an exam or I have to do a presentation, go on stage in front of an audience that I've never been, I feel overwhelmed. But then I tell myself that I want to do the best possible for myself. Whatever is the possible for myself, I will do. I will do my best and I will create no regrets. And that is the mantra I wanted you to have today. I want all of you children to go there, show up. Okay, I know some of you are thinking कि sir तैयारी नहीं हुई, ना जाए अगली बार कर दे. नहीं, I want all of you to show up in the exam, do the exam, go there. Half the battle is won when you show up. Some people lose the game because they don't even show up. You have to be there, reach the exam. वो देना तो है. Sir तैयारी नहीं हुई, कोई बात नहीं, we'll try our best, है ना? So we want to show up, we want to give our best, we want to create no regrets. In a competitive exam which is multiple choice based, there is a marking scheme which we need to be reminded of again at this point. The marking scheme of this exam is 4 numbers for correct answer minus 1 for wrong answer. Such a marking scheme is known to favor the people who are going to take some chances. I'll explain to you, because the reward is far more than the penalty. So what I want you to do is, In the paper, I want you to try to rule out choices. Any question in which you are able to rule out two choices, I want you to go ahead and do it. And any question in which you have no idea about the question, no idea about any of the choices, you can leave it. But don't leave questions in which you are able to rule out two choices, because the reward is far more than the penalty, and this is how the competitive exams have been structured. My own experience as a student, as a top ranker, I have been a top 5 ranker in my PMT, in my PG. I've been a mentor for more than 2 decades, from the longest running institute in NEETPG. Today I'm running, that is DAMS. So what I've learned is that you have to be a bit aggressive here, because the reward penalty ratio is favoring the brave. That is one message I wanted you to have. Second is, on the last day before the exam, start doing a grand test. Don't look at the answers, don't look at the rank, but start doing a grand test. 50 क्वेश्चन कर लिए, 100 कर लिए, do a grand test. Because when you do a grand test, you start getting into the flow. And when you are in the flow and you start the exam next day, on the exam day you will be already be in the flow. So on the day of the exam you will not feel alien in the first half of the paper. I have seen many people squander their careers because they were very slow in the beginning of the NEETPG exam. So some people take extraordinary time for the first 10 questions and then they are struggling for time. You can't win this battle if your time is not managed properly. So start doing a GT on the last day. It's just like cricket, where you knock a few balls to get into the form. When you hit the ball from the middle of your bat, you hear a sound that tells you that you're in form. I want you to be in that form when you're giving the exam. Third is, any question which is image based or long stem. Don't look at the image, don't look at the question, start with the choice. Okay, very, very important. In NEETPG, they have more image based questions as compared to the FMGE exam, because it's a more competitive exam. So whenever you look at an image based question like a radiological x-ray or a dermatological image, don't look at the image, look at the choices first, so that you know what 4 options are you thinking about. Then you go to the image to rule out from those choices. It will help you a lot to limit your thinking process to the requirement in the exam. I know some of you are a little bit panicking, some of you are getting anxious, but I want to remind you that it is all about perspective. Exam is not a problem, although we tend to look at it because somebody is testing you. It tends to go into our mind as a problem. But exam is not a problem, it is an opportunity. It is a gateway to go to the next level. So you keep telling yourself that I am going to go there, give the exam to open the gate to go to the next level. I am not in a problem. Somebody is not pushing me down. I am just trying to open a gate to the next level. The UG to PG seats is very favorable now. It's an exam worth doing, and I want you to somehow do the best exam of your life. As a teacher, as a mentor, my only request to you finally will be that do the best exam of your life. Don't think about कि सबसे अच्छा होगा कि नहीं होगा, आपका सबसे अच्छा एग्जाम होना चाहिए, and come back with no regrets. एज अ टीचर वो रैंक आता है नहीं आता वो सब अलग बात है, बट मैं चाहता हूँ एग्जाम के बाद आओ मेरे पास तो आप बोलो कि सर मैं मेरा बेस्ट किया, मुझे कोई रिग्रेट नहीं है, एंड आई एम विद यू एंड पोस्ट द एग्जाम we will be again doing those exam recall sessions. We'll find out what went wrong, what went right. We'll do the key analysis. We'll help you with every way possible. And we are also, from one of the Delhi centers in Gautam Nagar, we are also offering a bus service to some of these centers. So please get in touch with the local coordinators. We are there with you. But only thing I want from you is कि अपना best match खेल के आना, अपना best खेल के आना. ये कमेंट में भी बोल देना एक बार, मुझे भी अच्छा लगेगा कि आप मेरे साथ हैं, है ना. कमेंट में एक बार बोलना मैं मेरा बेस्ट करके आऊंगा, आई विल डू माई बेस्ट. हारे या जीते वो कोई बात नहीं, जिंदगी में रिग्रेट नहीं आएगा. गो हेड डैम्सोनियंस, गो हेड, डू इट. आग लगा दो, आग लगा दो. आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट. रॉक द शो, आग लगा दो.